West Central is a highly esteemed strength, fitness and performance gym located in Hindmarsh, Adelaide, with state-of-the-art facilities, top-shelf coaches and a reputable boxing team having accumulated a huge amount of titles, awards and championships over the years. Today, I'm joined by my good friend Petar Losic, multiple-time state champion, multiple-time national Golden Gloves gold medalist and a several-time best boxer throughout Australia and Samoa, all amongst many other championship victories, medals and awards. Petar is one of the coaches here at West Central, and today he's been kind enough to share some of his knowledge and expertise from his extensive experience as a boxer and coach. Stay tuned to the end of the video where Petar shares with us how to pull off his signature move. What's going on, champions? Chris here from Boxing Brothers Online Coaching, and welcome to episode 1 of Boxing with Other Brothers. Today I'm here at West Central with my friend Petar, who's going to be taking us through a series of drills, skills and techniques that he uses with all the boys here down at West Central.
So the first thing I want to go through today is switching levels with you, alright? So switching levels represents head shots and body shots, mixing up those attacks. You'll find in the early stages with novices as well, a lot of people just go for the head and totally disregard the body. So the one thing I really want to focus on is going head and body and creating those openings. For today's drill, what I like to work on with you, Chris, we're going to use these ropes, alright? These are going to represent the head and it's going to represent the body. So I'm going to be calling out instructions 1 and 2. So how that's going to look in the drill, 1 will be the jab to the head. They say in boxing the most popular head shot is a jab to the head. And then number 2 will be a cross to the body, which will be going down here, which represents the body. Once again, they say it's the most popular punch in boxing. So for today's drill, what I'll be working on, we're calling out the instructions 1 and 2, or different variations 1, 2, 1. So if I was to demo it real quickly for you guys, for Chris, I'll be like this, I'll call 1, 2, 1, 2. Now you can see I've gone head and to the body. If I was to call a 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, and so forth. So Chris, if you don't mind, I'll get you to jump on. I'm going to be instructing, calling out the numbers, and I'll get you to it as such. So 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Beautiful. 1, 1, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1. And you can create that drill for a whole round if you need.
Nice, yeah. That's excellent. And what about mixing up the levels using the jab to the body as well as the cross? So when you say 1, the 1 represents the jab to the head and the 2 represents the cross to the body. How do you incorporate throwing the jab to the head and the cross to the body?
So what we can actually do as well, Chris, we can expand on this drill as well. So how do I do that? I can make 1, anything to the head, and 2, anything to the body. So now if I was to do this drill again with you, let's say we move into the next round, 1 could be a jab to the head, a cross to the head. Nice. If I say 2, it could be anything like a jab to the body or a cross to the body. So that was a basic one, and then we can advance on that as well.
Excellent.
So now you can mix it up.
Yeah, excellent. Can we go through that for a few?
Yeah, no worries, Chris. I'll take you through that. So we go 1, 2. 2, 1. Beautiful. 2, 1. 1, 1, 2. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's excellent. I like that a lot.
Yeah, so
I guess really depends how advanced the boys are as well.
Yeah,
who you're dealing with.
Yeah. So especially for that one, when I'm getting a beginner through, I'd keep it real simple: jab to the head, cross to the body, and then as they get more experience and more advanced, then we can start mixing it up.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And the ropes are a great way to help whoever's participating visualize where the head and where the body is, because sometimes it can be hard to differentiate those levels.
Yeah, so that's why we're using the rope, and it helps, like I said, tell the difference between the head and to the body.
Petar, for those people that are watching from home that don't have the luxury and access to a boxing ring and ropes, what is another option to exercise this routine from home and determining those heights?
Excellent question, Chris. So if I was at home, I'd get my wraps, tie from one object to another. From there, I'm going to line it up with my chest. That's going to represent your head. So anything above that rope is your head, and anything below that rope is your body. Sort of like what you're seeing today, but you're just using an object at home. Using your hand wraps, or it might be a piece of string, whatever you can find.
Yeah, nice. Excellent.
So Chris, for this next drill, I want to be really working and honing in on your hook. So that lead hook for you. Alright, so when it comes to setting up, first things first, I want to get off center. So I'm going to bring us off center with the bag here. Now with that rear hand, I want to get you to come out nice and straight, really rotating that hip. Now from there, we're going to be working through the lead hook. What I want you to do with that right hand once we're here, so you've got the lawnmower string and pulling it back. Alright, So as it comes here, really pulling it back, creating that force, and now we're going to bring through the hook.
Yep.
All right. For me, when I finish with the hook, I like to finish it parallel with my elbow. In terms of the knuckles, however you like, that's a preference.
Yep.
For me, like that. I'm usually like that. That's a preference.
With the palm facing you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So palm up, that's a thumb up, and that way palm facing down. So again, if I'm setting up and coming off center, right hand nice and long, pulling that lawnmower string back. Bring that lead.
Nice. That's a great analogy too, Peter, the lawnmower string.
Yeah.
Because the torque of the punch relies on the rotation at the torso. So that's a really good cue.
And then Chris.
No, go on.
And my last thing I want to add to everyone at home is when you're finishing that punch, if we can finish with your weight transferred onto your rear foot a little bit. So even looking at 60-40 split.
Right.
So how that would look as I finish, going through and putting my weight on my rear foot.
Yep.
One thing I like to teach people is when you rotate, how are we going to set your next shot up? So that from there, once I finish with a hook like that, if I want to, I can now follow up with the next punch.
Across.
Yeah.
Nice. Excellent.
Yeah.
All right, so starting in front of the bag and then taking myself off center.
Yes, so that'd be the first step. Now bring that rear hand nice through the bag, past the bag. Now from there, like I said, pulling the right hand back, bring that left hook through the punch. Beautiful. Finishing there. Like I said, preference on the hook, however you like that. Pulling that right hand back.
How do you like it? You said you like it.
So for me, myself, Chris, I like it this way.
Yeah, I'm going to do it Peter style today, man. That's what we're here for, man. That's what we're here for.
Pulling
so
right hand back.
Pulling that.
That's it. And really transferring that power, getting that torque through the hips. Like I said, it all starts with the ground up. Beautiful.
Nice.
Do that one more time for me. Pulling through. Beautiful.
And I really like the focus on the opposite arm. I felt like that helped me understand the mechanics behind the hook, because rather than focusing, I think a lot of people get caught up on this. This is the focus. Whereas when you focus on that, this kind of mechanically, automatically comes out beautifully.
Yes.
That's a great cue.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This bag drill today, Chris, we're going to have different levels. First one, we'll start at level 1. This one's real basic and real straightforward. I'm just going to call a number and you're going to throw that amount of punches. We're going to keep it between 1 and 5.
Right.
So I say 1, throw any one.
Any shot.
Any shot you want, yeah. If I say 2, any 2 shots,
Alright.
and you get the pitch of 3, 4, and 5.
Killer.
So we're going to go through this demo at the moment. I'm going to step back.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you do your thing. I'm just going to call a number.
No worries.
1, 2, 4, 1, and rest.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like
So
that.
a big thing for this can definitely be done with a friend at home as well. So if you take turns, one partner can be calling out the numbers, and then we change. All right.
Excellent.
If you're doing it by yourself, you just have to think of the numbers in your head: 2, 3. And for me, what I find with the people at home, for anyone in the bag, it really helps you think about changing up combinations.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get stuck in a way and we keep throwing the same punch,
Definitely.
two punches. So it helps us like sort of get out of that.
Open up your punch count.
Yeah,
which is important in amateur boxing.
Yeah, of course.
Because that volume of punches and that varied amount of shots in different series of attacks are important.
Yeah, especially in the amateur style, it's
Yeah.
we've got 3 2s or 3 3s to work. It's a high volume as
Got to
well.
get it done.
Yeah,
I like it.
100%.
I like it.
So Chris, we add levels onto it now. Going
Yeah.
back to our previous drill, I want to go back to switching levels.
Right.
So we worked on that today. Now we're going to implement it onto the bag. So I want to call out the number. So let's say I call out 3. Each punch, each individual punch is going to come at different levels. So
Right.
for example, if I show you on the bag, we go 3, be head, body, and then head.
Right,
It can be done in I can start at the body first or start at the head. If I call 4, it could be here, and then I have to go back down.
Right, so each single punch has
Yes.
to be at a different level.
Of course, yeah.
Right, okay.
Alright, see how we go, alright?
Yeah, I've embarrassed myself.
2, 3, back to 2, 2, 3, beautiful, awesome, that's it, good, good,
Nice.
good.
Glad you didn't say 4. I think I Thanks, man. Listen, no, that's really good, man.
Yeah.
Just bringing that first progression and pretty much what we did earlier on in the ring together, which is good.
Yeah.
You can have that continuity in the session and when you're trying to progress the guys. Because that's one thing I do find difficult sometimes is you're teaching someone something, you've got a good drill for it, and then you're trying to progress it, but it's hard to progress that single drill. That's a really good way to do it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, excellent.
Another thing I like to add on as well.
Another add-on.
There's more. It doesn't stop. All right. So the next one we're going to do is second phase attacks.
Right.
So for this one, we are going to take out switching levels. So I'm going to keep it real basic for the people. We're just going to go
People like
headshots.
me.
People like us.
Yes.
That's
Good.
All right. So this one here is what we call second phase attacks. So I'm going to be trying to get you come in, and out, drawing you in and out. So I'm going to call two numbers. It might be 2 and 3.
Right.
So for example, I'm working the bag. I'll say 2, 3. It'll be 2 shots, moving out, so not getting hit, then coming back for 3.
Right.
And then moving back out.
Yep.
So really focus on getting in, getting out, so you can't get hit, and then coming back in, and then finishing back out.
I like it. And I assume you want me to get out distinctively with my feet and not just with my torso, not leaning back.
So I want you to bring your feet out.
Take my feet with me.
Take your feet with you.
Yep.
They say in boxing, your safest defense is a foot defense and just stepping back.
Yep.
You don't have to try to time your head, move, catch it on your punch. You just move out.
I like it. Excellent. Now let's do it, man.
So, 2, 3. 2, 1. Good. 1, 2. Good. And that's enough.
Nice.
Sorry.
Nice, bro. I like that. I think it's what I found just then. There was a moment there where I kind of went back in and out just with the one foot. Would you go in and out with both feet every time? So, boom, and then taking both your feet out every time? Or you just gauge it and kind of...
I just gauge
keep
it
yourself
at the moment.
flexible.
You can see, keep yourself flexible depending on what your opponent's doing.
Excellent.
If you can see, so a lot of times, I usually do, if I'm going 1, 2, I'll definitely bring both feet out.
Yeah.
So as long as my back foot comes out, I'm taking both feet back with me as well.
Excellent. And I guess you could even, with that first attack, have it as a bit more of like a baiting attack, so somewhat undercommitted to kind of bring them in and then bang that hard one.
Yeah, of course.
Just to mix things up and fluctuate your tempo.
Just so we see where I'm coming from as well. Being that a taller fighter than I am, I usually like to get in and get out and keep it as long as I can.
Yeah.
For my style, I wouldn't want to be staying in. So if you're a tall fighter, it can be definitely useful for a shorter fighter as well. If you're a shorter fighter against maybe a strong opponent, I don't want to be staying there in exchange. So I want to be getting out, pulling out before they can counter and maybe do some damage
and make a miss, which looks good in front of the judges.
100%.
Getting shots on. And then getting out of the way, and then whatever they throw, you're not there for it.
Of course, 100%.
I like that. Excellent.
Now, Chris, I want to do this one more time.
Yep.
This time here, we're just going to bring back in the body.
Right, okay.
So when I say 3 and 2, is where it gets tricky.
Oh,
I want to see at least a body shot in there.
Okay, all right.
At least one, I'd be happy. So at least demonstrating
the levels.
The levels.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't need to do a different level with
No,
every shot?
not individual.
All right.
More.
All right. No worries. Let's do it, man. Let's try at least.
3, 2. 2, 1.
Oh, that one almost got me. That one almost got me.
3, 2. 2, 1. And rest.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thanks, Pete.
That's no worries.
Excellent, bro. Thank you so much, guys. All right, guys, we're going to finish this episode with Peter's signature move.
All right, Chris. Anyone that knows me in boxing knows this is my go-to move. It's the check hook. Alright, or the variation of the check hook.
Yep.
So for me, it's when the opponent is coming at me and I need to get off that center line. They may be committing with the right hand, or they're coming at me aggressively. I like to step off and move and use that lead foot if I can. Now, the whole thing will look like this. I step off and move off that line. Alright. So just from there, feet here, here's coming. Check hook. Right. So I find that's my favourite shot to do when I'm in a defensive pressure or being pressured.
So you essentially go from orthodox to southpaw for a split moment.
For that split second, yeah.
Yeah. So if I were to be coming at you now, at what point would you get that check hook on? You said off my right hand.
Yeah.
So if I'm coming at you with a jab cross as an orthodox boxer?
Yeah, I might catch that jab, and then as soon as I see that right hand coming from the jaw, I would know in my head, boom, move off.
Nice. So, and I guess even if I'm coming into range without throwing, that'd be really effective.
Yeah, of course. So if you get to my range, and I can move straight off.
So how would you, just because I know some of the questions we'll get from the audience, how would you recover from going, so from this position, if I'm coming at you and you check hook out, now you've gone southpaw, just come back to that position for a moment, you've gone southpaw for that one, how do you recover from that?
So what I'll do, I'll push off that right foot straight away, and come straight back to my natural position.
Right.
So Chris, if I can show you this in real speed, maybe for the
absolutely.
So if you're coming at me nice and fast, maybe throw 1, 2, boom. You can see, yes, you are in that southpaw spot. Yeah, but it's done quickly, so you really don't have position very long.
Nice, I like it a lot. And how would you follow that? Like, if you got that off successfully against an opponent, so I'm coming at you, I'm throwing my jab cross, boom, boom, how would you follow that up?
I can definitely follow the second attack, coming back in.
Yeah.
Or if I just want to get out, I'll just move out.
Yeah,
float out.
nice.
Yeah.
Excellent, beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it, thank you, brother.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks to West Central. Thank you, Peter. I hope you guys enjoyed this. We'll see you next time.